The last thing in the world you would have been expecting to hear me say. But this much maligned division that may very well be as bad as any we've ever seen has an excellent chance, let me repeat that, an excellent chance of getting two teams into the playoffs. Right now, you see the Giants have a 57% chance and Washington a 41% chance. Let me just explain to you what could happen this weekend, okay? There are three games that I will just go through for you very quickly right now. Minnesota plays Tampa Bay. Arizona plays the Giants. Washington plays San Francisco. I think the likeliest outcome from those three is that Tampa, the Giants, and Washington all win. If they do, then the Giants and Washington would have the same record as the teams that would currently be in the final wild card spot. So, Louis Riddick, we have made fun of this division all year long. They may very well wind up getting two teams into the playoffs. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're going with this. I don't think that ultimately that's going to happen, but I will say this. You have to tip your cap both to the Giants and to the Washington football team right now because of one thing, and that is obviously defensive play for both of these teams has just ticked up in a big way. Big investments on that side of the football. Look, the Washington football team has a bunch. It's just a fleet of first-rounders up front that are just terrorizing. And I mean terrorizing quarterbacks. And that's becoming a common theme when you're talking about team building throughout the NFL. The teams that have a lot of investment up front on the defensive side of the ball are just right now, they are leading the charge, and Washington is right there. You're seeing the same thing happen with the Giants as well. But here's also what I believe is, it's not necessarily a secret anymore, but I think this is what's going to be the driver for Washington. The Alex Smith factor, the way he is getting them to play right now, and the effect that he's having overall in that organization. If Daniel Jones isn't able to stay healthy, I give the nod to the Washington football team as far as winning the NFC East. And both of these teams right now, from an organizational standpoint, the people who are making pure football decisions, they're doing a great job.
Dominique, some team is going to wind up having to go into either New York or New Jersey or Washington and play one of those teams in the first round of the playoffs. Will that NFC East champion be a team that'll scare people that they're not going to want to go play?
No, whatever team gets to play them is going to celebrate. Like either one of them or maybe both of them. I understand that they've gotten a lot better, and you can grade them on a curve and be very happy for how they're playing now because they've gotten a lot better. But they still aren't very good football teams. They have good parts, good pieces, good units, but I don't think they're anybody that a team that has Super Bowl aspirations is going to be intimidated by in the first round of the playoffs. And that's as far as I see that division making it. They're not getting to the divisional round.
What do you think, D-Wood? Do you agree with that? Is that a one and done for both those teams regardless?
I don't agree with that because I think so much about the playoffs is about momentum going into the playoffs. You know, we can look at the record and we can laugh at the NFC East, but if these teams go into the postseason with momentum, shoot, anything can happen. I mean, just go back to, you know, when the Seattle Seahawks beat the New Orleans Saints when they had a losing record. You know, that's what I look at it. It's all about momentum when you get into the tournament, baby.
Look, at the end of the day, the Giants just went to Seattle with Colt McCoy at quarterback and beat Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. If they can do that, Nick, what can't they do?
Okay, so it happened. I'm not saying, so what do you give the chances of something like that happening? Okay, you're right. There's a chance. Maybe it's a 5%, 10% chance that one of them win around. But if the analysis that we're going off of that they might win a playoff game is momentum, oh, Uncle Mo, I am not concerned. They're not going to do it again. Of course it can happen. Maybe it could happen, but it's very unlikely.
Okay.
I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot more. Look, I think it's even a lot more than just momentum. I think, look, Bruce Arians kind of alluded to this already. Everything right now, the playing field really has been leveled for everyone once you get in, because we know this as players too. Walking into an empty stadium road, that's something that can just deflate you. If you are not on your game, mentally, I'm not even talking about the personnel part of this. If you're not on your game mentally, you're going to get run through in this playoffs. I'm just telling you, everyone right now, once you get to the postseason, you better be on it mentally even more so than anything. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of upsets, I believe, in this postseason.
Nick, I will just say this. Yeah. D-Wood, go ahead.
Hey, I'm going to tell Nick right now, let a team come snoozing into the postseason and looking at the NFC East.
It's
if you want
playoffs.
to. I can
Nobody's going to be
tell you
snoozing.
that. Hey, okay, I'm just telling you.
Playoffs?
Tell him, Woody. Tell him.
I'm telling you.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.